Hey, make sure you join the Discord. The link can be found down below.
Yo, what is going on YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be going over the best controller settings in Destiny 2. There are so many hidden settings in this game that many people don't even know about, and some of them have them off automatically set, and it's probably affecting your gameplay. If you are new to Destiny PvP or just not a great PvP player in general, I would highly recommend staying throughout this video and watching because there is a lot of things that can help you, and even in PvE, it will make your controller gaming more delightful. Now, for my mostly keyboard players, I will be going over some PC optimization to ensure you're averaging really nice frame rates. That is going to make your game feel buttery smooth. So yeah, if you guys are PC MK players, this video can also work for you guys even if you don't play controller. My console players, you'll learn some stuff about your controller that you use because obviously Destiny 2 doesn't have MK support on console. Anyways guys, this will be the final video to enter the Final Shape Annual Pass giveaway. To enter this giveaway, all you need to do is like this video and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your favorite exotic with the tag hashtag enter. I cannot stress this enough, guys. Hashtag enter, no spaces. This is your final video to comment this on. After that, there will be no more entries because we surpassed 500, and that's not even counting the double entries. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. The winner will be pulled very soon, but yeah. Anyways, let's get into this video. Anyways, sorry for the long intro. Yeah. So starting with controller settings, I would like to recommend these settings specifically. Controller settings are very preference to a lot of people, but I feel like dead zone is a mandatory thing, especially if you have a pro controller. So onto the pro controller, I use the DualSense Edge controller. The DualSense Edge controller is like a $200 premium PlayStation controller. It is way too expensive for what you actually get, but it is a very good controller. Now, for the people wondering, I use the DualSense Edge Pro, and I use the two large back paddles on the back of it, and then I bind my back paddle to the square to, or not square, circle to dodge. So I use my dodge on the back paddle, and then I use my my weapon swap to my left paddle here, and then I have hold crouch on R3 so that I can crouch spam with my joystick. So essentially I'm literally just pressing the joystick to crouch spam, and I swipe with the joystick. So at no point will I ever need to actually take my thumbs off of the joysticks whatsoever, so I'll have very good aim. Now, I think high sense in this game is really bad for some reason, especially for aim assist. Now, dead zones can actually kind of buff your aim assist. It's really weird. But my sensitivity that I run is 14. I recommend to start at 10 because at 10, you start losing like crucial awareness because you're too slow turning around. Start at 10 and then slowly kind of move up to 20 and just kind of feel what feels best for you. For me, it was 14, but keep in mind, I use the quick and steady. I use the quick configuration on my DualSense Edge controller. So on the left joystick, it's the quick, so it reacts a little bit faster. These are micro adjustments. I'll show you guys that too. You'll learn a little bit more about that. But yeah, I use the quick one on my left joystick and then the steady one on the right. So essentially slows my joystick down. It almost feels like increased reticle friction. Reticle friction is when your reticle slows down on the enemy more. So it's kind of really nice. I would recommend getting one of the pro controllers. ADS modifier, you need this at 0.5. 0.5, if you're running faster, you're going to lose control, and it's going to feel really shaky. I mean, if you can, run higher, but I don't see a reason to run anything higher than 0.5. Now, for the, this auto-looking centering, terrible, like, don't, make sure this is off. You should never have this on. I turned this on and tested it. It is horrendous. This is terrible. Keep this off. Sprint to turn scale. Some people say where Destiny runs a linear aim assist curve, which means that it takes off the center of your joystick. Having your sprint to turn at 0.7 and then turning it up one above your normal stance is better. To be honest, I noticed no difference, so I just run 0.8 turn to scale with 14. Now for dead zones, I would recommend intentionally giving yourself stick drift. So this sounds crazy. When I pull my joystick down by the slightest, now keep in mind my finger is completely off of the joystick. It is not moving whatsoever, and it's slightly moving. Giving yourself stick drift can actually help you. It can help your aim assist because micro adjustments are so much easier, and the micro adjustments kind of happen even when you're not touching the controller. But make sure you only give yourself stick drift to the slightest. So like 0.1 on both is going to give me way too much stick drift. So 0.2 is overall just going to give me just enough to the point where it's not causing me to mess up my gameplay or anything. So I run 0.001 and 0.002. Now this is going to be entirely different for everybody depending on their controller's lifespan. Every controller is different, unfortunately, because stick drift is a thing with controllers. So that is very crucial to remember. Now here's a way for people wondering, you guys can actually test if you have stick drift, and overall what dead zone settings you should be running. So if you go to this site right here, it's called hardwaretester.com/gamepad. You can go right here, and yeah. So essentially, you're going to connect your gamepad, and when you do this, it's going to pull up your whole gamepad. So if I unplug my controller and then plug it back in, it should pop up. Here it is, DualSense Edge wireless controller, standard gamepad. Now, essentially, I'm moving the joysticks by the sliders. It will show all joystick movements, so you guys can take your controller like this and then test how much stick drift you're getting. So essentially, you want to just move your joystick by the slightest. It's going to show the axis 1 and then the axis 3. This is pretty much your settings in the game right here. So you can use these as a way to pretty much tell your radial and axial. So this is going to be very, very helpful. Essentially, testing the circularity, you're going to want to spin the joysticks. This is going to help clarify how much input your controller is registering. As you guys can see, mine's definitely not registering too much. That's why I'm running a low dead zone to help with that. But average error, we can do this, boom. Circularity, like overall it's functioning pretty well. You're supposed to spin it slowly, but I find when I do that, I don't get an average error percentage. The average error is just pretty much how late it is, but yeah. Now, I would highly recommend trying this out to the gamepad tester. So anyways, that is enough talking about the gamepad tester. We're going to get into PC optimization because PC optimization is crucial. So starting with your computer, you need to know what GPU that you have. Now, your GPU is your graphics card. I'm currently rocking a 4080 Super and a Ryzen 7 70AX XD. I think I probably scuffed the CPU name wrong, but yeah, I am AMD, so I don't have the Intel upscaling. That is important to remember depending on your CPU and GPU. I would recommend if you have a really decent computer run, I mean, you should always be on 1080p. Have VSync off, frame rate cap enabled if your computer isn't great, like if it upruns your temps way too much. Like if we look right here, this is my graphics card frame rate. My render latency is like 0.8 milliseconds. My CPU and GPU utilization is not much when we actually look, so I can just run them off. If I cap my frames, there's not much of a drop really. I mean, there is the slightest in temps and utilization, but really it's just not worth it, especially where I have like a crazy high hertz monitor. You need to know what your monitor's hertz and refresh rate is. In this case, mine's 240, so I mean, you can only cap your frames at 240. I'd recommend like knowing your monitor hertz. Now for settings, have everything off, lowest, medium, and render resolution to 100. All basic. Destiny is so poorly optimized. Texture quality high. Highest tanks your frames for some reason, and then high helps your frames. It's so weird, and there's no noticeable drop with the texture resolution. Like this is on high, nothing noticeable, but yeah. So let's experiment. I'll show you guys the dead zone settings and controller binds. Now, the hidden settings that I was talking about in the gameplay is mostly the dead zones, but there is one more secret setting that a lot of people don't know about, and this is going to be in gameplay. One, we have full auto firing, full auto melee. These are two accessibility features Bungie added a while ago, and essentially they're awesome. You won't have to run full auto mods because of this. I would recommend having both of these enabled because if you don't, you're just putting yourself at a disadvantage for no reason. Now your reticle location, this is gonna be super controversial. I would highly recommend center. Center is so much better because it just shows more of the target's head. It's auto aimed onto their head. Now I'll talk more about that in a minute, but yeah, this is really important too. Your reticle and natural target reticle. I like these colors, but yeah. I'd recommend having FPS display on, but yeah. So let's talk about the center and default when we load into this control match. And I'm going to explain to you guys why, in a controversial take, that the center reticle is actually way better than the lower. For one, I mean, if you look at all of your famous favorite Twitch streamers that, No Life Trials, you're going to see that they all play with this on actually centered. If we could hurry up and load into this match, I don't know why in the world it's taking forever, but yeah. Audio settings, I have dialogue and music to 0, just kind of annoying Destiny music right now. SFX, for my headset, I use an Astro A50 wireless, so the volume is pretty optimized on the headset itself, but yeah. Bro, are we ever going to load into this match? I swear, like, the queues in this game have been brutal lately. I can't even, like, queue into a Rumble match. There we go, finally. So, yeah, let's talk about this. So, I mean, if you guys look at my frame rate, 353 frames, 99% is pretty much just debugging your GPU, so, yeah. Essentially, we are racking up some really nice frames, so we don't need to cap. Our utilization is like 50%, which is fine. I also have things like Discord running in the background, so that's for frame rate. This is going to help you get the highest frame rates. I'm going to get rid of that little thing, though, so you guys can see the frame rates if you guys are curious about that, but yeah. So for your dead zone settings, essentially see how I'm always kind of moving without actually moving. It's really weird, right? I move, like let's say I'm strafing. You're always going to essentially be moving radial and axial. So let's say I sprint. You're always going to be making micro movements as an example. Now this actually can buff your aim assist, especially when you're ADSing. If you get a little bit of stick drift, like I'm kind of getting the slightest stick drift. Now for people who don't know, essentially like cheat devices like the Zim and the Cronus, if they're using that like aim assist thing, it can make their screen shake. So from like cheaters POV, you're going to see a lot of this, like their screen is going to be very, very shaky. Now there's a way to actually kind of minimize that for people who play legit. If you guys want a little bit of an upper hand in a, like PvP without cheating, this is not using any accessibility devices, run low dead zone. It's going to make you get stick drift. So the way orbital aim assist works is when you're moving and your reticle is moving essentially like this, you're going to get more aim assist and it's going to pull your thumbstick more because it's going to pick like an aim assist. So it's like legal aim assist cheats, I guess. It's really weird. So you don't have to use any cheat devices to actually get that aim assist buff. So that's why my aim assist looks really sticky, because I play low dead zones, which gives you the best sensitivity. Now for 14 sensitivity, I have no problem turning in time. Like this is my turn speed, right? So it's fine. But yeah. Anyways, that is like everything. Now let's get into the gameplay. I don't know why in the world nobody would ever use this. Like when you're shooting somebody, okay, centered reticle, when you ADS, you are going to be at level ground already ADS'd at their head. So there's no reason to run the below one to see more of your screen. You don't need to, I promise. When you pull, I don't know, I just turned full auto firing off. Wow, I'm an actual bot now. Okay, below center, like this just looks so bad. I can't, like the fact that you have to move up your reticle like that would irritate me a lot. I don't know. I feel like just not using centered reticle is insane. I'd recommend trying it. Get used to it and you're going to notice a difference instantly. It's a big difference, but yeah. Anyways, guys, that is all for today's video. Though I would like to say we do have a sponsor, Diving.net. I would like to recommend you a fantastic service. Diving.net, you can find teams to complete different activities like raids, dungeons, Trials of Osiris, exotic farming, and many more endgame activities. The best part about the service is it does not require you to share your account information whatsoever. You don't need to give your login or password to order service that you like. All you have to do is select the self-play option. To do this, select something you like. In this case, I'll do Crow Design. You're going to choose your clear option. I'll be doing the full clear, so click full clear. Then select the self-play option. As you can see right now, we have $25. To get a discount, make sure you type in code HECTIC for a 15% discount here. As we can see right now, our total is $25.05. If we apply this coupon, we get $24, so you save $1. I would highly advise doing this. From here, you're going to choose a payment method. There's Visa, PayPal, and a few other payment options. In this case, we'll be using Visa. From here, agree to the terms and services, and then proceed to checkout. I would highly recommend Diving.net, especially because the funnel shaper is releasing and there's many awesome services that can be done. That's all for today, guys. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys found it informative, helpful. Let me know if you guys have any feedback down below in the comments. Have a great night, stay safe, thanks for watching, as always, peace.